Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all sorts of beautiful humans, it is Thursday, my dude. It is Thursday, and you know what? Before we hop into today's playing, which will be some of the tip-top decks in the meta, and maybe a jumpstart here or there. Before we hop into that, I want to give a warm welcome to Ghost Stalker. Ghost Stalker took 2 weeks off. Ghost Stalker is our resident mod here, and frankly, the Sean babysitter incarnate. Ghost Stalker is here all the time, being incredibly cheerful. One of our policies here is that mods' primary goal is not to ban, not to time out, not to do that, but instead to be a welcomer, a greeter, spend at least 80% of the time just saying hi, chatting, doing culture things. And Ghost Stalker is absolutely a source of incredible warmth here in the channel. And of course messages me whenever anything is going wrong. Lets me know when my audio off syncs. Ghost Stalker, you are amazing. Cheers to you, my friend. Absolute the legend. It's just great to see you back, Ghosty. It's great, man. Today, man, I really gotta delete some stuff, huh? Today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be playing some of the tip-top decks in the meta. And I actually have two different Monogreen Stompy lists that we're going to be taking a look at. And I want to showcase both of them right at the very start and talk about them a little bit, because I just think they're really, really fascinating. This is the first one that we're going to be taking a look at. And the real innovations that have come about is... Let me actually just move these guys out of the way. And then this one out of the way. Is these cards to the left of Gemrazer. I'll actually move Gemrazer here. The discovery was that you can do a Monogreen Stompy deck that is focused on 3 mana and cheaper things. So, you've seen me build Monogreen decks that run Pelt Collector and Lovestruck Beast. Because Lovestruck Beast, the sorcery, the adventure of his heart's desire, create a 1/1 white human creature token. Really nice to be able to have a reliable 1-drop. But what this deck noted was, hey, Stonecoil Serpent is a pretty acceptable 1-mana creature, but also can be very nice to play the Stonecoil Serpent at 2 mana to cause the Pelt Collector to get big. Similarly, Gemrazer, you can mutate onto the Stonecoil Serpent to get for instance, if the Stonecoil Serpent was a 1/1, it turns into a 5/5 Trampler. Incredibly effective. The other last piece that has been a big boon to this deck is Primal Might, the ability to clear a thing and then do extra burst damage to the face. It's a really interesting deck to play against because it feels surprisingly like mono red. Now, I have separated out these cards to the right, including the land, because there's been some experimentation with what is the correct way to build the rest of the deck when you're not really as focused on the 4 mana things. So this deck runs a Kraul Harpooner, it runs some questing beasts, and it runs Nissa who shakes the world. This has a little bit of extra oomph to it. You heard me describe that all these cards to the left are much more about kind of playing like a mono-red aggro. And then the Nissa can be that extra bit of punch to deal with some planeswalkers. Rather than go too much deeper into this, obviously 4 questing beasts because it's really good. This deck runs a pair of Kraul Harpooners, which I'm not a fan of just looking at. If I look at this Monogreen Stompy V2, this is another example of some of the exploration and experimentation that people are doing with this list. Very similar to the one that we just saw, except it's running Vivien Arkbow Rangers as another tool to trample through. As another tool to, you play this and then you can -3 to clear something, or you can do the +1 to make something quite a bit tramplier. The assertion that the other deck makes is that the 4 Primal Mights is more than enough, so we don't really need to run the Viviens. But you'll see there's only 3 questing beasts, right? There's just not that many other thingies that are there. Crystalline Giant, another one that's being explored, is just a kind of reliable card that's like actually reasonable. So the Growth Chamber Guardians in place of the Barkhide Trolls, I mean, this is the long-term-ish sort of card here. There's actually so many different builds of this that I'm actually going to try out let's do traditional standard rank, best of 3, and try this Monogreen Stompy, version 1. Monogreen Stompy is pretty much reputed to to be a solid top deck, but there's such a width of builds. Let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot. And you might be saying, why only 2 Castle Garenbrigs? Why not 4 Castle Garenbrigs? Yeah, one of the big reasons for not playing the Castle Garenbrig, that many of them, is that we are actually a super low curve out list. A super, super, super low curve out list. So we don't want to inadvertently screw ourselves. You know, I'm probably not going to swing with the Stonecoil Serpent. Perfect. Scavenging Ooze is run as a 4-of in most of these lists because it can exile the Cauldron Familiars from the graveyard. It can exile Uro from the graveyard. Insane in the Gemrazer. Let's get rid of this one. That feels mighty good. Notably, these have protection from multicolored. I should just say the Stonecoil Serpent provides protection from multicolored, which is a especially excellent. Way to deal with the Mayhem Devil. This is what I was talking about before. Primal Might, you can smash, and then has trample, so you break on through. We're going to want all the Gemrazers here. Oakhame Adversary. Cost 2 less, opponent has a green permanent. Interesting. Really interesting card. Probably in the mirror. Nissa doesn't seem especially good here. What do we think about Elder Gargaroth? Yeah, I think I want to pull this curve down. Let's try the Elder Gargaroth. We want to do a lot of healing with this guy. We could also try to run the ram throughs. Kraul Harpooner definitely doesn't make any sense in here. This feels like more for a mono-red matchup, I think. I think I just want to really ram through. If you know what I mean. Ugh. No jumpstart? Oh, maybe a little bit later at Mattman W. Maybe a little bit later. Sky Arc 112. Happy 55 months. And Regest with the 46-Os. Have the Gemrazer on priority. Alright, let's get this out of the way. Scavenging Ooze. I also have my lunch, which is a delicious Chipotle burrito bowl. Ooh. So we can block with both of these. Rats. Rats. Num num. Num num num. Problem games is this with your go-to breedable order. I like to get a salad, which means I put the lettuce on the bottom. Then I get no rice, double black beans, double chicken, mild sour cream cheese guacamole. And it's pretty good, let me tell you. Pretty good. Alright, so we're gonna hit for a billion here. Gemrazing onto a Stonecoil Serpent when there's only a mountain up is absolute plasma. See you later. Alligators. Dude, this thing is incredible. Gemrazer. It's 4, so it can't be snatched by Claim the Firstborn. Just swing in with everything, man. Double beans, double chicken, very power hot move. Thanks, Robin Games. I've actually started to reverse the weight gain because I've just been eating Chipotle for like lunch every day. It's like very cheap. It's like $9 or whatever. Gigantha, the Aimless. So I'm thinking the Dealabilion's really good here. You know, I don't really know how this works. I'm gonna do this first. I don't actually know how this works. I really don't know how this works. Specifically, if I ram through Gigantha, the Gigantha gets sacrificed. Does the Gemrazer deal the trample damage through? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, see, here's the thing. If you have a spell that has one target, and the target gets killed, your spell fizzles because it no longer has a legal target. That is a no. However, if you have a spell that has two targets and one of them fizzles, but the other target doesn't, the spell does resolve. For instance, if you... Okay. May as well gain the life and lose the life, you know what I mean? Yeah, Cavaliers War is a really good example. If you target like 3 things and then one of the targets goes, you're fine. You're totally fine. So, I don't know what happens in the case of ram through, where the actual target that causes the rest of the text to happen is the one that fizzles, so I don't know. J.S. Mitchell says there's actually a ruling for this. If either creature is an illegal target on resolution, no damage is dealt to any creature or player. Okay, that actually makes sense. Because it's like, if my target fizzles, it says any excess damage that would be dealt to that creature is now dealt to the player. But if it doesn't exist, oh, there you go. Alright, so opponent goes first. I actually think I need to return this hand because I don't really have a lot of good plays here. Right? I play this and I play this, and then I can Primal Might something. And I have 2 of my questing beasts. I think I have to send this one back. This is a much better hand. I think the Kraul Harpooner sucks. I'm content to hedge there. Super content to hedge. I'm going in this order because Stonecoil Serpent, protection from multicolored, for a long time was not a particularly relevant text. But all the real mega power cards in a variety of decks just so happen to be... Let's see here. Ooh, shit, I think I messed up. All the super mega cards of all these decks happen to be multicolored. Teferi, Uro, Mayhem Devil, yada yada yada. I am actually quite scared to play out too much because my opponent appears to be a control deck. No double white for Shadow the Sky. More science, more science. If I mutate like this... Does this get big? I don't think it does, because it just becomes the large creature. So I went in this order because, at the very least, my Gemrazer, if it dies to a Shatter the Sky, which it can't now, and also this cannot target that, so that's good. Oh! So we go Bing Bong. Alright, we already messed up because I forgot about this guy getting big. Alright, let's go huge. Let's do it. Let's become very big. Sean, you kind of look like a Stonecoil Serpent. Yeah, look, that's me. I lost a shoe. How is this possible? Oh, there it is. Literally right in front of me. Just shaded it weirdly.
I know my responsibility. Trust me, I have a plan.
Protection doesn't stop sweepers. That's correct, but Shatter the Sky says if you have something that has power 4 or more, you draw cards. That's what I mean by I'm comfortable in that position. Still no double white. I'm gonna hold back the Ooze. We have a lot of creatures that are gonna wind up in our graveyard, and I can hexproof this guy, you know? Oh my god, Chef. What a treat to see you, man. What an absolute treat. This guy gets bigger. I think we're in a winning position. I think so. I think so. Love Frantic Inventory. Love this card. I'm not entirely sure what the sideboarding plan is. I mean, ram through, there's no creatures to hit. Primal Might, there's no creatures to hit. Oakhame Adversary, it's slow. Elder Gargaroth is a candidate. I think it's basically just Ranger's Guile. Is the only one I can think of. And probably a Gemrazer, because it can often mutate and help me bonk in for more damage. Elder Gargaroth is also an interesting one, because our opponent will be putting in a lot of single... I kind of want to run it. I'm going to put in this. Gemrazer is probably the corrector one to do. The more corrector. Gargler himself. I love Elder Gargaroth. We're going to be playing Team of Reclamation later this afternoon, and I have a Elder Gargaroth list. Or Elder Gargaroth in the list. I should be more specific in saying. Are you going to actually eliminate this one? Alright, cool. I'll happily swing for 3 damage. Bam, bam. This is a card I'm always very happy to see. Every time. Every time.
This was overwhelming.
Here's my logic. This screams Shatter. And now I can just play the Questing Beast comfortably. Bam, bam. You love to see it.
I have practiced and I have just the trick for this.
Alright, let's get this guy out and keep up the Ranger's Guile.
Longer. Stand by and watch. Don't worry, I got it.
This is embarrassing. Manic G, it's a serious question. Is it weird to kiss your parents on the lips? I know in some cultures, no. Oh, here we go. I meant to do this all along.
I will spare you in exchange for eternal servitude. I have other plans.
I'm gonna play him. I'm gonna play him. Oh, I can make the Stonecoil Serpent a 1/1. Nice. I absolutely forgot that. I absolutely did. That's great. That's a great little trick. I wasn't even looking for that. Nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. Il est cheap excellent. Il est merde excellent. It is good shit. Am I saying that correctly? To my French-speaking friends? Stressed Out says, now, is it weird to greet other people's parents by kissing them on the lips? Well, if you're dating that parent, I think that's, like, pretty normal. You know. What do we think about this? I actually am unsure how to evaluate this. One thing that's nice is that the collection of cards that we have does allow us to do things on curve. C'est de la bonne merde. That's the translation. C'est de la bonne merde. Alright. Good heavens! The ovens! Albatross at times says, is it rude in any culture to not greet people with a full-on dip and kiss? I mean, certainly where I'm from, I go to a lot of conventions and I dip and kiss each and every one of you that shows up, you know, because it's really important for me to support those who are supporting me, you know. Both in the lower and, you know, lumbar areas of the back for that kiss. Who'd have thought? What a bastard. Quel bâtard. Ghost Star says he's very tender, can confirm. Tongue or no tongue? No, no tongue at all. No tongue at all, Asmodai. I think, you know, I don't want someone to find out that I eat double bean, double chicken, you know. I actually don't have a tongue. I'm making all these complicated consonant noises with my teeth. You bastard. Hi, my name is Sean. I have two things, and I'm going to get killed by a whole bunch of pains. Oh, shit, man. Sack ping, ping, bring back ping, 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 ping. Ping, ping. You know, I'm getting the fuck out of here, man. This guy has like 84 right now. No joke. Goodbye. Goodbye. Welcome. No, no. Yeah. Excellent. Do you remember, I haven't thought about that song in a long time. Hi, my name is Sean. I have a wife and 3 kids, and I work in a button factory. Mohin Jadaro says, can you please say, and then the name of a card again? I don't know, Mohin Jadaro. I don't know. Maybe I could, maybe I couldn't. Maybe I just won't. Maybe I have all the capabilities in front of me right now, and I'm not gonna do it, because I am a petty man. I'm the pettiest man there ever were. That said, fetid imp. Fetid. Die, Cauldron Familiar. Un jour, ma chef a entré et il dit, Monsieur, tu produisais du bouton? Does that song exist in French? Salut, je m'appelle Sean. J'ai un mari et 3 enfants et je travaille dans le factoire de boutons. You know, I think that that's maybe the most pathetically constructed sequence of French sentences. I think that if you speak French, you hear that and you're like, oh, fuck. There's a whole bunch of, I don't know which word is masculine or feminine. Oh, tight. Yeah, let's mutate this. How many eggs do we want in the basket? all the eggs. Is this an instant? Nice. This way! I knew I shouldn't put all the eggs in that basket. I knew I shouldn't still. Yeah, I hate the idea of gendered words. In French, words are le or la. Get me out of here. So you just have to, like, know what the gender identity of the word is. And as someone who, like, is personally a supporter of the idea of rejection of traditional gender identities, or even the binary he, her, it's weird that you just get words that are like that. Ça suck beaucoup. I want to brush up on my French. I used to speak pretty decent French. But then, like in English, you just don't have to worry about any of this nonsense. A trash can is a trash can. But in French, a trash can is feminine for some reason. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Duck? Masculine, for sure. I think, is it Le Canal? La Canard? So weird. Alright, do I have a ram through? Man, no. Okay, so this is the Simic Evolves deck. You get this cute little baby Godzilla that reduces the cost of mutate creatures. Here, for those of you who have not heard the separation of sex and gender, sex is the idea of, like, the physical parts that you are born with. Or if you've undergone, surgery, it would be the parts that you have, like that notion. And then gender is the idea of, like, what does it mean to be a man or a woman? The traditional, a man is someone who is a tough, sports-loving, beer-drinking power tool user. And a woman is a doll-having, dress-wearing... It's all these types of... I think I need Primal Might this. So I want to give it +2. Bang, bang. This is such a godsend right now, because this has double mutate benefits. It's really good. Antejean. Actually, I like this. I like this statement. Antejean says, I've always heard it as sex is what's in your pants, gender is what's in your head. Yeah. Or Ruid says, sex equals biology, gender equals sociology. Yeah. And I mean, I think a lot of people kind of like this idea of not being put in a box. Okay, so this is good. So we can begin to chew apart the landies. Asmodai says, I love that pause after, and a woman is, and you could actually hear the brakes pump to make sure you didn't say anything shitty. No, it's because I was playing Magic. I don't have a say shitty things to women instinct that I'm trying to suppress, Asmodai. I'm trying to win a video game here, man. I'm trying to do the important thing and win a video game of Magic, okay? God. Alright, let's chomp the Nissa. Yeah. But, as someone who went to an all-guys Catholic sports-driven school, I particularly detest the kind of, you're a man and we're men, here's something that men do, blah, and like, yeah, what are you, a sissy, what are you, a girl, etc., 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 etc. It's way too much for me, man. I'm like a quite gentle person. Holy farts. Wait, what happened? Something was placed in the wrong location. This has a Gemrazer. This Gemrazer should have been on top, which would have made this a 7/7 trampler. Craig says, oh god, I also went to an all-boys religious sports school and permanently damaged from that experience. It was horrible. It was fucking horrible. I mean, there's like no... I had some very good teachers there that really helped. What is happening? Why is this staying not as a 9/9? I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. Alright, let's go in. I don't understand. No. Okay, let me be clear. Yes, this is a 0/0 land, but when mutated upon, Nissa states that the creature 0/0 is in effect. Wait, what? It becomes a 0/0 elemental creature. What? No, you should be able to mutate and put the Gemrazer on top, because the forest is the creature that's a 0/0, not the Gemrazer. I think the thing I'm reacting to is not suggesting that it is a bug. I am saying that our opponent should have put the auspicious Starix on the front. And our opponent did not, as we can see, because there is a forest right there. Yeah, my experience at this, like, super sports-driven... I think we're dead. I'm gonna concede. At the super sports-driven, tough guy, all the teachers bullying students like crazy, trying to get them to toughen up, and it was about respect. Oh my god, it was horrible. It was just horrible. Its rules text is this creature is a 0/0. Really? Huh, that is something that I did not know at all. That's actually freaking fascinating. I don't think I need the Gemrazers, but let me overcut for a moment. I do think I want the ram throughs. I do think I want all these Oakhame adversaries. Okay, so apparently when this says it becomes a 0/0 elemental creature with vigilance and haste that's still a land. Okay, so as it's being explained to me, it becomes a 0/0 elemental creature. It is not the case that it becomes a creature with 0/0. Instead, it's actually a text. See where it says reach and trample, like here on the Gemrazer? Nissa would give that the text, this is a 0/0. Which is really mind-melty. It's melting my mind-ing. So I think the way that I'm going to try to win this is by speeding this bird up. It's unclear to me when I keep in the Great Henge. Really unclear to me. I'm gonna hang on to this. Ugh. Let's see if the Mole Man plays an Arboreal Grazer. I'm keeping this card. But yeah, God, I really, really did not like... I mean, I truly detested the whole experience, man. Not good. Wall-to-wall, not good. Call Me Star says that is pretty much what people mean when they talk about toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity is a phrase there's a lot of words that I don't like, not because I dislike the concept that's being spoken about or even disagree with the concept that's being spoken about. But more so, I feel like the term toxic masculinity is one of those terms that has been... Sure, and then I'd love to draw it. It's one of those terms that has been used so much that it's almost drifted in meaning to the point where the impact of having a meaningful word has gone poofy-doofy. That said, that, you know, if I don't use the word and describe the experience, yeah, this whole idea of suppress your emotions, crying is weakness, dominate, dominate, dominate. If someone's disagreeing with you, you need to win the disagreement. And hurting the other person's feelings is a good way to do that, making fun of them, you know. If I've made fun of somebody and then they felt bad, then I did it. I won. That was horrible. Never apologize for anything. Yeah, no, I mean, just these sorts of things that you're just like, Jesus, man. You see, I think that in this matchup, we wish to be swift. And this game, before Mole Man can begin to have one of these mutated creatures with 15 things on it, such as right now.
This is fragile and fleeting.
Gross.
Cherish what little you find.
So if we can, like, get a ram through, that would be the nuts. Ram through would be the nuts here. This is so sick. This is exile cards to exile X permanent cards, where X is the number of times this creature is mutated. Put those permanent cards onto the battlefield. And we have an Uwugan. Damn.
Recklessness and fear are the seeds of desire.
I think we lose this.
Be gone, interloper.
We're definitely going to play this and this. You definitely gotta eat two things. Eat this guy. Let's eat this guy. But anyways, coming all the way back. Yeah, I had this really not positive experience in high school around like, oh, this is what it means to be a man, you know, building upon the idea of the assignments of holy shit. Yeah, no, and then you have a language like French that has hard gendering, male, female, in the language. I don't know, it's just weird. It's just weird to me. Vain Insane says, slight misplay, why not eat the things with the non-sickened ooze? Because this ooze was going to attack the Ugin, guaranteeing a kill, because it had one loyalty on the Ugin. So I want to leave back something that's large, because if my opponent has something like a questing beast, I want to be able to trade with a Scavenging Ooze. So this was the better play. I think we're going to lose. Our opponent is a little bit too auspicious. I don't think we have any tools here. Maybe I actually did want the Great Henge here. The sideboarding plan for this is a little tricksy for me. This doesn't actually feel like a very good creature here. I think I should have cut the or my 2-drops. I think that's what I did. I think that's what I did wrong. Because I need to treat Oakhame Adversary as a replacement 2-drop. Because I think if I cut a bunch of Barkhide Trolls... Barkhide Trolls seem very nice if my opponent is baby aggro or a control deck because I have something that can be reasonably sized. I think I'm going to ditch the Primal Might and try to henge it. I think keeping the Primal Might is the better play, but I have been saying for a few games now that I'm not quite sure what to do with the Great Henge. So I want to hang on to it a little bit and try to just get a feel for it. Alright, so we're against, it appears to be a... No, this is just good old-fashioned Bant Ramp. It's a Bant Ramp! Bing bong. I can go on. Is this a... What? What is this deck? 4-color flash? What is this bad news, Bears? I'm going to concede. I don't think I can beat that dog in this position. How's the deck performing right now? It's very kind of weird and spiky right now. Instant speed is good. I don't even know. What is this doing here? What is this doing here, man? This seems like the weirdest card. I'm getting rid of it. Get this thing out of here. I am going to try the Great Henge as well. This is really interesting. I have a friend who's a native Spanish speaker and explained that the gendering of words in Romance languages isn't the idea of masculine and feminine with related to, like, you know, gender identity for a person, but rather it's how the word is and changes pronunciation and the rules around it. So you might call it Category A and Category B. And that's not tied to any aspect of gender aside from those rules. Oh, that's an interesting perspective. So maybe just the use of calling it masculine and feminine is what's conflating things a little bit. If I think a little bit deeper about the Kraul Harpooner, it is a 3/2 for 2, which is just good. Which is just good stuff. I can't think of a single situation where it's actually going to be able to pop down and fly. What an incredible run out. Ghost in the Shell, what are you referring to? I don't know if that trade was worth it, but I did do it. Oh. So I think I do need to hold back the Gemrazer. Oh my goodness, that is great news. Great news, Bears. This. Maybe I should have held it back, but I think this was good. It's working! It's working! Yeah. Do I want Ranger's Guile? My name is Sean, and I understand how to do my job. It's incredible. It's incredible how I'm able to do that. You know? Just incroyable. Jolrael. Like, I've seen Simic lists that just run 4 Jolraels, man. I think this might just be a rampy deck that seeketh to be oh, excuse me, a rampy deck that seeks to just play like Jolraels and dogs and stuff. Yeah, Ghost in the Shell. I'm not gonna have any time to read that while I'm streaming, but no. Alright, get out of here. Bang. Jolrael gets some value going, man. That's tight. So tight. And it also means you get to play your card draw spells on your main phase. Just read it live on stream. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of yelling that's been happening lately. Just like a lot of yelling.
I've done the hero thing.
And like whatever, man. I mean, I actually feel like the idea of cancellation is a bit overblown, broadly speaking. Oh, I see. If you have Teferi and Jolrael, the bounce call, you can play this turn 2 and this turn 3. Oh, that's actually a really nice little synergy. Because I think that there's a perceptual thing that can really mess with you, which is that if you upset...
Let's slow this down.
If you upset 500 people, on one hand, that's a lot of people. On the other hand, if you have access to millions of readers or listeners or viewers or something like this...
Only time will tell.
I'm dead. Yeah, I gotta say, I looked at this list initially, and I'm not a fan of not having Vivien, to be quite plain about it. And what I want to switch to is this second Monogreen Stompy list that has Vivien. And it's the same logic as before, except it's even lower to the ground. It doesn't try to mess around with henges and stuff like this, which, again, I was cutting the henges in almost every matchup, and that felt correct. This is the adjustment list. But anyways, I think the idea of cancellation is a bit overblown. Because if you upset 500 people, and 10 of them want to tell you about it a day, I mean, that's 50 days of people hitting you with stuff. It can feel really, like, you know, it can feel like really bad, but I think that there's a lot of times where someone will write an article and then there will be yelling, and it's just yelling that's happened. There is certainly a subset of, like, I said something and people got angry on Twitter and then my boss was anxious and fired me. And I'm not sure what to do about that. I'll be really honest. I don't really know. I feel like I was talking about this earlier. I feel like we're in this kind of weird position in the history of humans where we are just now having what I'll call full connectivity. Like, really, the last 5-6 years is when we've really hit full connectivity. And you might say, oh, well, ever since the internet. No, dude, if you go back to 2010, gaming communities didn't even make eye contact with each other, man. By the way, I'm clearly up against a also mono-green list. So I'm just going to smash through. Wind up with 3/3/3s if our opponent blocks. Like Twitch was like a real, you know, landmark moment for gaming, because gaming communities didn't even really understand what the other gaming community was doing. But now it's like really easy. If I just want to watch some fighting game 3 streams and get into the fighting game community, I just do some filters, boom, start watching stuff, you know. I think this is the play. Played a little one, played a big one, swing out. So, you know, I feel like what's happening now that we have full connectivity is it's the first time that we can really see each other make mistakes. Like really see each other. And it feels a little horrifying, right? To be able to see every mistake that someone does, like in real time, you know? It's terrifying. And I don't mean it's terrifying for the person. I mean, it's like terrifying. Like for me, when I'm just, oh my god, you said what? Oh, I'm horrified. Blah blah blah. You know, this sort of thing. But I mean, like take real life. Take real life. Okay, I have a great relationship with my brother. In high school, we totally graded on each other, man. We got on the hell out of each other's nerves. So if I +X, I want the Trampler to have it right. 1, 2, 3. Target creature control, target creature don't control. And in terms of the language used, oh yeah, mistakes were made. You know what I mean? But then over time, when we started to resolve things, things got better. Things got healthier between us as peoples. And now it's good. And the way that I would describe, you know, my relationship with my brother might be very similar to how you describe a relationship with someone where maybe you made a mistake. Right? You'd go, oh yeah, no, I mean, I remember we used to really butt heads, but, you know, we just talked it out, it's really great. And it sounds fine. It sounds great. It sounds fantastic. I think right now we're seeing, let's say, a really common issue. A young celebrity tries to make a joke that's edgy, and making a joke that's edgy is difficult because it's on the edge. Often edgy jokes can either really nail in a subtle and nuanced ways the complexities of a difficult, challenging situation, or you just fuck up and you just offend, you know, and people are crap. I'm not going to say that's good to make a joke and offend. I'm not going to say that's good. I am going to say that every person I knew in high school and college who tried to make edgy remarks and comments totally fucked up sometimes. Let's briefly sideboard here. What do I think about the Growth Chamber Guardian? I actually think that this is a good Henge matchup. I think I want to be smashing a lot. I don't really know about the Crystalline Giant. I think I just want to be able to get edges. Maybe the Barkhide is bad, because I think we're going to go long here. So I think I want to be trying to get in Let's get some of these in. And do I want these? I think I do want these as well. What would I cut here, though? I think I'm going to cut these. Maybe I have too many spells. That's fine. But, you know, like, one of these people that messed up and made this mistake, if you went to that person even 1 month later, they might go, oh, yeah, dude, oh, God, I really screwed up. I really regret how I phrased and thought about that whole thing. Like, people learn. People understand. But I think that just now in the last few years, now that we have full connectivity, as I'm going to call it, just now in the last few years, we've had enough time to begin to see mistakes, but not enough time to see growth and change. And I think that's maybe the real crux of my point. We have not really gotten the opportunity to see people grow or to see people change. And I also was talking about this on another show. I think that there is a real issue with perceiving other people, like on Twitter or celebrities. You know, there's like, I'm a person, I have my interpersonal relationships, and these are all people. Then I watch TV shows or movies or read books, and there's characters, and the characters have interactions with each other. And then there's celebrities that people kind of treat like a mixture of... I think I let this through. The celebrities that people kind of treat as this mixture of human being, but no, actually they're kind of like a story element. So, for instance, if we're watching a story where there's some really good character who's really nice and really great, and then it flashes back to them in a private conversation, being a jerk. Now, in storytelling, we would say, oh my god, this scene revealed that that person was actually secretly a dick. Oh, the grand reveal, you know. In real life, there's someone who's really sweet that messes up. In real life, they go, oh, yeah, no, I don't know why John was such a dick that day, you know? And I feel like this application of how we view, think of, and speak in an interpersonal setting, this was a mistake. I just do a trade here, and then it's no problem. I already have a Growth Chamber Guardian in hand that I can activate. Unless there's like a heroic intervention, in which case. So I think that we're actually going to have, over the next few years, people who start to go, oh yeah, that person made a mistake, you know, but you know, they'll sort through it. Because, I mean, I, for instance, personally, like, have had countless interactions in which someone just did not even speak to me like I was a human being. Like, that happens often. I'm going to swing once, deal the damage. When my opponent swings back, I'm going to sack this, leave this guy back as a blocker, and try to draw with this and build advantage with this. Like, I mean, I was literally in a game of Dota with Kevin, and these guys would go, oh, shit, it's Day 9 Purge. Oh shit, dude, Day 9 Purge, oh my god, I'm playing a game with Day 9 and Purge, look at this. And I was just thinking, I'm right here. You know, like, this person was obviously not being a foul monster or some such thing. I think I do want to swing with both. The person's not being a monster, but it is dehumanizing. I am right here, you know what I mean? You got it. Do it. Do it all. Bang. Take it. The last one. Play it. Oh shit, that's right. Even though this makes a creature, this is a sorcery. But the thing that's weird to me is that I really feel like the last... Oh yeah, I'll just lose this guy. Just the last... few years is like Defoy's time. I feel like I have seen. The ability for people to, like, actually see what all other people have done. Feels like a very new kind of thing. I shouldn't have done all this pre-combat. Got the forest. Got the forest. I am a powerful boy. Oh yeah, Garrus Harbinger. It's kind of interesting to see this not in a lot of lists. Maybe we can blow out our opponent here, but I don't know. We're losing. We are losing. Shit. Well, rats. Dude, I am. We are falling behind. Obviously, if we don't have a Great Henge and they do have a Great Henge, that's pretty bad. But we're sort of crossing our fingers and hoping for a blowout. Let's just let some look. At none, we just eat it. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, this is game 2 and I won game 1? Oh, that's incredible. Garrett the Jerk.
Ah, I love the smell of mulch in the morning.
You got it, old buddy, old pal. I don't actually know how to do this shit. Just doing this to make sure that there is no buff that can possibly be cast. This guy's gonna eat a shitload of stuff. This guy's gonna be the hungriest hippo. One, two, can eat twice. Cool. Bye, Brian. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. Alright. Death's Touch kills him anyway. Yeah, but I had Trample, so I had to block for 1 billion. Because I only have 4 health. I've been listening to so much drum and bass recently, man. I love that sweet D&B, baby. Yeah, I'll trade one of your things with 2 of my things. I don't really know how he did it, but we're doing it. That's really bad. I mean, this is horrible. This is just terrible news.
Respect for nature is always returned.
I don't know. Okay, well, that'll do it.
Arkbow at my side. I can't
We lost. Any particular artists? Let's see. Let's open the Spurtify.
Watch out. They bite.
I mean, I'm a real playlist grinder when it comes to. What? 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 How am I... What? How am I not dead? My opponent could have plus this and then trampled through. Nice. Nice. Hell yeah. Show me what I got. Alright. This fucking game. My opponent still has lethal. Continues on.
My, how you've grown.
Miss lethal again. Alright. Never give up, never surrender. Not sure what I can draw to really make a miracle happen here. Yeah, yeah, oh yeah. Boom, there it is, 13-13. Yeah, this looks good. Yeah, I like. Who do I like? Yeah, just like liquid drum and bass stuff lately is really good. Etherwood, Galaxy, Hybrid Minds. Ooh, Hybrid Minds is really consistently great. Dawnwall, LSB, Cove, Cove's good. Oh, yeah. More Aetherwood. More Dawnwall. No, I'll chuck this one back. Okay, that's a good one. Do I even want you? I don't think so. I got an Oakhame. All right, we'll never actually know how this thing performs. Turn 1, Pelt Collector. Turn 2, Oakhame Adversary. Perfect. Ba-da-da-ba-da-da-bonk. Oh boy. If I get Vivien down and I can give this +2/+2 trample. Whew. Oh, Marsec, because this guy's going on a 3rd day tomorrow. I haven't gotten this far in 6 years. Wait, this far? Oh my god. Well, I gotta say, that does sound very exciting. Well, rats. No attacks. Alright, says, before anyone asks, I live in the US. COVID situation's good here. Oh, that's what I wanted to do, man. Oh, come on. This matchup is so dumb. Fuck. Fuck. Ah! Dude, man, I just didn't get it. I didn't get there. Also, you know, I think Growth Chamber Guardian is maybe weak too. Man. Oh, man. Boom, 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 boom. Ah, Jesus. Maybe I should have been cutting those. Why is this just not working for me? Get me out of this game. Balls, man. Man. This is so annoying. We'll look at more lists for a moment. All right. What do we think? You know, I'm actually not as big a fan of the Lovestruck Beast. Let me just play a little bit more with this list before I just kick it to the curb. Man, it's just not working. It's just not doing stuff for me, man. Here, let me go. Let me just get more versions of this list. Yeah, I'm gonna do this updated list that I actually like quite a bit more. Yeah, because I mean, I think that there's just some weirdness to I have not been really on board with a lot of the 2-mana choices. Not really been on board with the Kraul Harpooner with the Growth Chamber Guardians, those feel bad. Alright, we get a counter. Blah. Alright, let's win all crystalline. What does this guy get? Hexproof? Death Touch? Nice! Are we try hard today? Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Shelter in my stewardship. Harness the elements.
Please, I insist. Is this first strike? No, it's Death Touch. It's a Death Touch. Ah, this guy just feels fucking horrible in this deck. Ugh. Okay. Out you come. Let's see what this guy gets. Hexproof would be incredible here. Vigilance, Trample, nice. Kill the Nissa. Yeah, Growth Chamber Guardian totally sucks. Let's get this guy out. Let's get the crap out of here, man. I don't like either of the lists that we played today. Please, I insist. I insist. Hexproof Trample, I can make it a 5/5. No, I'm gonna play my stupid Growth Chamber Guardian. Lifelink. Bam, there it is. Wildborn Preserver seems good. It's okay. I mean, it's just not a very aggressive card. So it's kind of a slow card. I just think if I ran 4 Barkhide Trolls and 4 Scavenging Oozes, I'm like, fine.
I must seek comfort in
I must seek comfort! Oh! How poopin', huh? Oh my god! You know, I'm just gonna concede. I'm gonna concede. These builds are weird and they suck. Let me just get out of here. Okay, so like, there's a couple cards that I like in this. Okay, a couple that I'm into. There's a lot that I'm not into. Okay, so let me do. Monogreen V3. Oops. Green this. Okay, so I think that the Stonecoil Serpent is solid. I'm going to change the art style to normal, though. Pelt Collector is great. And I think in the 2 drops, Barkhide, a 3/3 for 2 is good. And then I think that the Scavenging Ooze is good. Now, for the other ones, the Lovestruck Beast, I actually think that if I am not trying to be slow, but I'm trying to be really aggressive with Viviens and Great Henges, like this is what makes sense to me. Okay, 25. Now the other things, Gemrazer. Gemrazer felt great as a 2-of in the main. 2-of in the side. Pew. Here is the Huey list build where you run Yorvos as well, and then you run the 4 Questing Beast because it's a very good card. And then for the, did I count this wrong? 19 plus 4. Oh, there's 24 lands. So this list is suggesting ram-throughs in the main instead of Primal Mights. I think I might actually do this change. Primal Mights, put in 3 of these. Like this. And then in the sideboard we have ram-throughs. Oops. Heroics. Oakhame Adversaries. Ceratops. Yeah, this is it. Da 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 da. See, here's what I like about this list. Oops. Here's what I like about this list in contrast to the other ones that we're running. It's still mostly an aggro list, except it also runs an additional 2 3-mana creatures, specifically Yorvo. It still kind of keeps all the powerful low ones, but then it doesn't try to go like Nissa into Great Henge. It goes fucking Vivien. Vivien has better synergy with a built-up low-end board anyways, and can help us achieve Great Hengitude way sooner. We have a little bit of removal, but we don't have a glut of removal. Oops, let me remove this. This is the Monogreen. So, most of this deck is Huey's. We made a few changes right now. Just based upon the success we had with Primal Might. But still. Why not? These remind me of the Mushroom Forest in Subnautica, which was an awesome moment in my life. Dum, dum, dum. What a run out. Growth Spiral. So we're against a Simic list. Nope, this is Bant Ramp. Bant Ramp is considered the absolute money deck right now. Number 1 is Bant Ramp. Number 2 is Team of Reclamation, which we're going to be running after this. That is a pretty nice draw. So a lot of these Bant Ramp lists use the big Planeswalkers to ferry Nissa, Uro, Growth Spiral. You know, a lot of these big Planeswalkers and good cards. And then also run an Ugin in the high end. They run Shatter the Sky as well. So maybe I should be a little careful about that, but I like to live life on the edge. Bye, guys. Goodbye. I could have not run out a few of these. This is very close to killing. Enjoyed Reed's Planeswalker control deck. I've done a number of Reed Duke's lists, JPC guy. Do you have a link to the specific one? Man, I gotta get some water. I've had like no water today. I've had only water in the form of coffee. That's great. This is great news. The brown water that dehydrates you. Coffee doesn't really dehydrate very much. Oh, this list, JPC guy, we've actually, we have many hours of footage of us running this deck uploaded to YouTube. It is a great list. The change I made to Reed Duke's list was I cut 2 Ritual Soots and replaced them with 2 Extinction Events. With the sideboard. I also am not running the Ashioks. I also think that Reed Duke cut the Ashioks. Cut 2 Ashioks to put in a Disdainful Stroke and I don't remember what the other one is. Oh. Valiant Thor says, I think coffee dehydrating you is one of those urban myths. I think that's actually correct. I think that's actually correct. Let me look this up. Does coffee dehydrate you? Drinking caffeine-containing beverages as part of normal lifestyle doesn't cause fluid loss in excess of the volume ingested. While caffeinated drinks may have a mild diuretic effect, meaning that they may cause you to urinate, they don't appear to increase the risk. No, yeah, coffee doesn't dehydrate. So neither dehydrates. And coffee is a magical happiness juice.
I am Scala's vengeance, and I'm coming for you next.
Technically, I could -5 and get a shifting Ceratops, which is pretty hilarious.
I'll protect you.
I've seen too many species die already.
Yeah, it's the sugary energy drinky things that make me feel. Yeah, Eric described to me that energy drinks do not give you energy; they borrow future energy from you. I felt like that really captured my experience. Right now, Chapter 3 just lets him draw a card. Your dream top tea? No, I've not really tea'd very much. I don't like how any of this functions. I'm just going to do this. Kabam. Kaboom. This can maybe get us in. And then do nothing. See, now that this thing cracks, I think it just doesn't even do anything. And it just brings that. All this talk of coffee and water makes me want to get both. Ugh. Here he goes.
Here we go.
We will not fail.
So my opponent figured it out yet? Hold on, I gotta shut this door. Make it quiet in this light.
The land fights for us.
The door is shut. Everything's nice and quiet now. Fuck yeah. Man, I'm just getting my ass kicked. They're just kicking my ass. Okay, so if I... Wait, this one came back to... Get me out of here, man. Everything was horrible. So, I mean, I definitely bring in this guy. Probably not the Primal Mights. Probably not the Primal Mights, I don't think. Probably the Heroic Interventions. Oh. What do we cut in this matchup? Okay, this is, I think, one of the things that I am most weak at, is determining these types of cuts. I think the Great Henge comes out, because I think we're trying to go faster. Cut. Maybe one of these Viviens, huh? Maybe all the Viviens. Yeah, maybe we just go superlatively swiftly, huh? Here's a question, Dana. Why is Twitter a better source of cute little brown cat videos than this stream? Give the people what they want. Well, if you want to see my cute little brown cat, you can go to my Twitter and see a video of my cute little brown cat on a hallway walk. Having a great time. Yeah, you know, I really like that auto-pay solution. I like the fact that it tapped the only available mana. That's great. Rifkitas is already affected in the Twitter hack? Yes. I sure vast. I'm going to pass because my opponent's going to growth spiral and then have enough for Shatter next turn. For any of you who didn't know, a number of hackers got access to major accounts. Barack Obama, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, and others. And said on those people's Twitter accounts, hey, we're going to give back. Send $1,000 in Bitcoins to this wallet, and we'll send $2,000 back. Right? Really obvious scam. And what Twitter did is they actually disabled tweeting from all verified accounts. Which is pretty incredible. So is the manner by which I was affected. You got it. But I want to make dogs. Shadow of the Sky is fine for us. We get to draw a card, which increases the probability of both Questing Beast and others. Is it time to conquer some death with Elfbeth? Sure, it's fine. One land and we win. That'll do too. I think our strategy was correct. All right. Turn 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that seems good to me. Maybe I actually want to leave this guy back. Try doing it in this order for once. Alright, so this screams, I have a spiral. Iridium says, Sean, it occurred to me that I asked you what drum and bass artist you've been listening to, and I buggered off to the shops for 20 minutes. My bad, that was kind of rude. Dude, Iridium, you are always allowed to ask and run in this channel. But, I think probably my favorite drum and bass artist is Hybrid Minds, probably. Hybrid Minds.
I'm known for my excellent
Whoa.
timing. No, I am not.
Perfect.
We will meet again.
I'm going to play just this one. Just this single individual one. Because now, Shatter the Sky does kill 2 things, but then we immediately smash a questing beast.
You show remorse, I'll show restraint.
Call it Dracon says, I wonder how musicians are doing nowadays in the age of COVID. Fucking terribly. Like, really, really, really bad. We're going to eat one of their graveyard cards because it decreases the Urotude. I think one of my friends that works in live production, not live production, excuse me, whatever non-live production is called, works in that and said that the work this year for his industry is down, I think, like 96%. 96%.
Just let me know if you're up for round 2.
Can you wrap your head around that? The entire industry for hiring cinematographers, cameramen, various other thingy doos. 96 fucking percent. Yeah, same old. Can't believe it. And then, like, a lot of musicians, the model is vaguely, it's very, very hand-waving through a lot, but it's like your song is a form of advertisement to get you to come to the show where we actually make the money. Yeah, I heard that many people that are friends of mine in all forms of media describe their industries as, quote, on fire. I feel incredibly lucky to be a form of entertainment that is largely unaffected. Like this, streaming and books, basically.
Be wary of the ground you walk on.
Let us fight. You got it. Once this land is gone,
It's only a matter of time.
get this out of here. Let's get this out of here.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
Renegade Cosplay says, I'm in the pro wrestling industry, and there's a high chance that we lose our training school with all this. Yeah, God, there's like, there are so many industries that are just like down to 0%. It's just, fuck, like all my live event work just got cut out, man. Oh, look, another thing that can be eaten.
The land shall conquer.
My opponent will now be down to absolutely no thingies in hand. bit of an error, but that's fine. So we know there's no Aether Gust, because that would have been used this turn.
Peace.
I hope it's not green land, green land. Alright, cool, it's no land. No land in hand. Handful of spells. Could be an Elspeth Conquereth Death. But that would tap out About Blank. And with no defense, or About Blank runs the risk of death.
Rise, my elemental friend.
You got it. Land would be quite nice here. Okay, so if I swing in here, we're going to need to eat 2, which leaves us with 2 remaining, which means I should go Pelt Collector, Pelt Collector. Okay. We eat Uro. This gives us +1/+1. We eat from our own graveyard. The only thing that's there. Which then means we eat this. So now we are protected in the circumstance of an Elspeth Conquers... Not Elspeth Conquers Death. A, Shadow of the Sky. Solitary Jordan says, I gotta say, 2020 has been horrible. All I can hope is that fire and hurricane season is mild this year. Yeah, God. God, I would want... Ugh. Yeah, this year has been terrible. This year has been... All I'm trying to do is get to 2021. That's all I'm trying to do. That is the only thing that I will attempt and try to do. That's it.
Be wary of the ground you walk on.
Did you know Grant Imahara? I did, JPC guy. I did. Just fucking sad. Just fucking sad. There's nothing in the graveyard, so we should swing directly into face. I mean, Joel Rail can chump, which is fine. This is about what I see, huh? I should have played a Stonecoil Serpent for 2. That's the mistake I'm making. So, I think one Shadow of the Sky is in here. Nope, no Shadow of the Sky is in there. Okay. This was a quite intelligent play from About Blank, because it leaves all the land alive and still blocks everything. Can you put a Stonecoil in the bin by playing it for 0? You can. You can. It's cute play. Welcome back, Zora. Not a lot of mana. I mean, a Shadow of the Sky might be, like, the only play that About Blank could do. But doing that sends About Blank down to 2 effective mana. ZW String says, do you think 2021 will be that much better? With the economy being slagged from Corona, potential new SARS viruses, etc. I think the thing that is most challenging for me is that it's really the pandemic. Really, the pandemic is the big. It's the thing. It's the thing, man. I don't like this whole effing pandemic, man. I really do not. It just sours everything. All right, that's good. This needs no Aether Gust. Else our villain would. Nice, really nice. these both have trample. There we go. I have leafled. Yeah, I mean, I will say the pandemic is the big thing that just feels ruinous for me because, like, I don't get to see any of my friends in real life. I don't get to do almost any of the things that I want to do outside of my house. It sucks. That's what I really, really don't like. I mean, there's a lot of things, a lot of different kinds of pains I'm comfortable with. You know, like, death sucks. But, you know, had a lot of practice trying to learn coping mechanisms in the last year. Which is nice. But man, when I literally cannot see human beings, I cannot go out to eat, I cannot do most of my forms of entertainment that are outside. I mean, ugh. I just that's what's getting me. That's what's getting me. Personally. Boy am I grateful to have this stream. Both as a form of... No. Both as a form of work, but also as a form of just, like, man, it's comforting for me. It is comforting for me. I mean, there's regulars here a lot. Average Game Guy, who delightfully and excellently recommended, I don't even remember what the name of the streamer was. But I was closing out. I was like, anyone have a stream recommendation? Average Game Guy was like, this person tuned in. And it was a little puppet dude. Let's get Ryuna to discard a bunch of shit. Solved it. Figured it out. Solved the puzzle. I'm straight brill. Absolutely brill. Ah, farts. At least the whole hand's getting discarded from Ryuna. Oh, it's fucking Ryuna. What order do I want to do this in? Do I want to begin to swell this guy up? I think I'll do it in the opposite order. Make a pair of 5/5s. 2 Yorvo feels correct. Oh, shit. Yeah, this right here is the pickle. Is this frickin' thing. Now, we... fuck. How do I do this? Is there a way to get lifelink in here? See, we can't destroy it, because you can cast it from your graveyard by paying 3 life and discarding a card, so they can just immediately re-get the Gemrazer. Or not immediately re-get the Gemrazer, immediately re-get the enchantment. So that is shitty. Oh, but Gemrazer gives reach. Ah, there it is. There's the missing one. Guess this bastard. Alright, more discarding, more discarding. Yorva would have been a 9/9, and then this would have had 10 power. So, I mean, it would have been a forced trade. I'm trying to see if I can construct, if I can crudely fashion a win here. Got him. There were a number of draws we could have gotten. Okay. What do we want? Definitely this. Huh. I think we're going to want in maximum Gemrazers. I don't think I want that much removal. I think we don't win long term. I think we just do this. And then I think we... And then... Chugga chugga. There we go. Right? That seems right. Yeah, Cliff, so I appreciate what happened there. You played the line that gave you the best chance to draw an out and stay alive, and then that thing happened. Or you mean drawn out to win instead of trying to stay alive? Yeah, I mean, like, that's at least one thing that I've had beaten into my head savagely, which is, if I am a aggro deck, I need to not first ask, how do I stay alive? I need to first ask, how do I win next turn? And that mentality shift. It makes all the difference. Whereas something like Drill Bit, whereas something like nothing? Nice. Something like a control deck, the way to play is to say, how do I not lose? That can buff. Maybe it would have been good double block, but who gives an F? Bing bong. That's why I play aggro. Renegade cosplay. By the way, that is so cool that you do pro wrestling. What is the sort of like mixture of income there like? And obviously not specifics. I just mean like there would, I assume, be payment for what you're gonna do today. Is this a good one to do? I think this is a play. There's like payment for like you going into the ring to like do a show, I assume. But like, if I am the most famous pro wrestler in the world, I assume that that's most of my income is that. But like, if you're even if you're doing that, I assume there's things like training other people. Oh, do I just outright die? Oh, whoops! For some reason I thought I had enough life to survive that. That was my bad. Yeah, I think I just strictly made a mistake there. I think it was just a miscalculation. Could have Primal Mighted. I now see the benefit of Ram Through over Primal Might in that, like, it's generally easier to, in a response, do the Ram Through. Yeah, I mean, like, for pro wrestling, do you, like, make money training, or, like... doing workshops. Play this first, I guess. If one of these dies, this boy gets bigger. Renegade Cosplay says, so I'm not a massive level, but I get some for doing a show. I'm also a trainer, so I get a small income from that as well. It's not enough to live off, so I also do a lot of other jobs too. God, it's so interesting. I think I also hold back the Primal Might. Opponent stuck on 2. Sean stuck on 2. Alright, now that I have a Vivien, I'm going to do this. I mean, if there's an Eliminate, that would hurt, but I would assume that my opponent would have used the Eliminate instead of the Noxious Grasp. Noxious Grasp is easier. Now, because we actually have charges on this puppy, it means the Pelt Collector gets bigger. Okay. Aggro versus aggro. It's aggro time. I think I might want to change these Primal Mights to Ram Throughs, because they seem clearly better in these baby matchups. Maybe they're certainly weaker in Game 1 non-aggro matchups. Woo! You love to see it.
With the Arkbow at my side, I can't lose a fight. With my aim and their cause, you're done.
So my opponent is now in the unenviable position of being about to die, and also I have a Nissa on the board. Bings and bongs all the day longs.
Time to disappear into the brush.
Fucking tight. That is close as close can get. Farts. Oh my god. Oh, I can feel it. I can feel the challenge. I love this. White Mage was saying, "Oh man, I know the feels of difficulty getting a job. I'm in audio production and the market is saturated and everyone wants you to have 5 years of experience." And look at this. Kraid says, "Where are you based? My company's actually got an open audio production job in video games." This is so sick. Oh my god, look at this. Look at the matchmaking. By the way, I just want to be clear, Kraid. I do have a $5,000 headhunting fee. You can just feel free to give me 1,000 subscriptions as like a way to sort of offset that. That would be like super tight, you know. You know, it is hard to find people of veritable skill in the industry, and that's kind of what I'm providing right now. You know, I just want to make sure we're on the same page. You know, I want to make sure we're on the same page. This is good networking. This is good networking. Oh, Kraid's trying to say, but what about? Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. Look, it's just business, bro. Okay, this is a thing. We get big, and then we get 7. So here's the thing. We do need to swing right now. The Rotting Regisaur getting equipped with certain bonuses ruin us. Yeah. Kraid says, tell you what, you send me 2,500 and then I'll send you 5,000. Oh my god, off the top. Oh yeah, what are you, Barack Obama? The yak lives. Gift and 5 in the midst of all of this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Uh-oh. And what is Runo going to block with, huh? How's this gonna work? Okay, yeah, this comes in tapped. Our opponent making a mistake. Alright. We are cooking this gasoline. We are cooking with gas. I'm unsure about these Primal Mights. Let's try putting in one of these. Now we actually literally are running Huey's list, like, straight up. Yak lives, gifted 5 subs, and said, I'll pitch in for the headhunting fee. Only 995 left to go. Blade GL says, can you walk me through the decision to include a mobilized district? Well, once again, this is William Huey Jensen's list. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply my logic to it. I don't know if this is the logic, but this is how I would evaluate it. Which is basically, in Magic the Gathering, you are always looking for opportunities, by the way, this is all with respect to land, to be as greedy as possible. For instance, if there is a land that comes into play tapped but lets you scry, if you can get away with doing that, amazing! Yeah, right? But maybe you can't, so you just put in a regular swamp or something like that. And so, particularly with a lot of aggro lists, you want to be sure that you are hitting your drops. Be absolutely sure that you are hitting untapped drops. What the fuck? You want to be absolutely certain that you are hitting those untapped drops. So you want to be careful about putting in too many things that are untapped. A Castle Garenbrig does enter untapped if I control a forest. So I can go forest Castle Garenbrig, and this is what makes it safe to run a lot of the castles. Castle Ardenvale, Castle Vantris, Castle Garenbrig, in particular in monocolored decks. So with all that said, I would begin by saying, okay, can I stay alive? Or should I, let me rephrase that. Can I hit my land drops if I'm going all forest? Obviously, yes, I'm running 24 land. It's not going to be a problem. Super easy. Lemon squeezy. Okay, what if I go all forests and then 4 Castle Garenbrigs? And then you might play a lot and you might find I'm really never having an issue. And if you find yourself again saying I'm never having an issue, this is when it might benefit you to try putting in one colorless utility land. One colorless utility land. And so you'll often see, for instance, when I was doing Mono Red Big Chandra, I was running, okay. This is a very scary turn. If my opponent has a Storm's Wrath, we are totally fucking bullied. You saw in my Big Red Chandra only deck, I had 4 interplanar beacons to help me cast the planeswalkers. But man, I was still actually having a reasonable time casting all my red spells when I needed to. So I cut one mountain, I put in one utility land, a blast zone. I cut another one and put in another utility land. Take that action. Put in another, I think maybe a Radiant Fountain or something like that. I just keep cutting one and putting one in. So again, what have I explained? With aggro decks, you want to be on curve. So then you can, step 2, start putting in these mostly untapped lands to make sure you're still hitting your curve. And then, if you are still nailing it, you may then say to yourself, dude, you know what? I think I really, really, really want to just try to put in one more utility land and just see. And then the question becomes, what is the utility land? So, Immobilized District makes sense, because it's a creature. Everything in our deck is based upon creatures. We have ram-throughs, we have synergy when creatures die. Sure, that's totally fine. We often wind up in a position where we can't quite punch through for a little bit more damage. What would help us punch through? God, if we just had one more creature. So it's kind of like having a land that's also creatures, playing 2 creatures at once. It's really nice. It has some side benefits in that it's very resilient to board whippies. I think I want the shift. I don't want the Vivien Arkbow Rangers. I think I do want the Shifting Ceratops. I think I don't want the Rangers Guiles. I'm going to try this Heroic Intervention as a little bit of anti-sweeper tech. Desir Can, this is day 9. I record and mix my own lo-fi ambient EP. Would I be able to ask you to listen to it if you're interested? I would love that. If you go to my Discord, discord.com or discord.gg/day9tv, and then join my Discord, you can just message me directly there. Okay, this is not the hand we're looking for. Fuck. Alright, whatever. The one says, I don't understand what's up with a Ram Through, though. With Ram Through, our opponent will not sacrifice 10 permanents. Dude, Phyrexian Obliterator is like so fucking sick. Oh my god, I love Phyrexian Obliterator. Ugh. By the way, if you are ever curious, just keep the 6-lander and put the 1-drop on top of your deck. After that, make sure you have a 2-drop, so that way you can buff the Pelt Collector, because again, we're an aggro deck. And in terms of what do you want on top for the 3-drop, well, we did cut the Yorvos, but the good news is that we're going to get the most important one, which is the Gemrazer on the top. Actually, another Stonecoil Serpent is also a completely acceptable option. I also wouldn't mind the Scavenging Ooze to just completely gobble Molish. Yeah. See, it's okay to change your mind. It's okay to change your mind. I mean, I actually legitimately look like I'm cheating. I'm not gonna lie. I legitimately look like I'm cheating. Storm's Wrap. So what we're going to do here is we're going to play the Questing Beast, and we're going to swing with only the Questing Beast. Ah! It didn't register my click. End of turn, we're going to be up against a Flashpoint Anger Dog. There it is. I think I'm getting that name right. Ooh, what you gonna do, Lilacs? Wow, it's cool, Lilacs. Ooh. Alright. Let's go get bounced. Commence Myrtling. Velrun said those Wizards of the Coast programmers learned something from Blizzard when they tried to live tweak Day 9's draws. Wasn't there an instance of that happening? where company, I think it was one of those gambling sites, asked influencers to like make videos of them using the platform, and then they rigged it so that the influencers would win more often. Oh, fucking crud. Yeah. Dude, I remember there was, it should actually be not like this. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I remember when people were like, oh my god, Blizzard's gonna have to release the probabilities in Hearthstone for how epics, rares, and commons are released. And then they just released it, and it was like, you know, it's like legendary, 1 out of 20. Epic, 1 out of 5. And that was it. It's just it's like 2 sentences. It's just like so fucking funny. And there's just like, Arizona is gonna be this like crazy fucking conspiracy, man. Oh, Elder Gargaroth. Yeah, fuck yeah. This is the list we're gonna be playing later this afternoon. Elder Gargledick. As he is known. Gargle what? That's definitely me. That's definitely me. Somebody that just kinda, I don't know, I guess I'll just curse now. Show me what you got. What a good dog. And you know, I will personally just want to have a Gemrazer off the top. Woohoo! I think I might want the ram throughs. I think I might want the ram throughs. Piece of chit. It says, hey, Sean, are we allowed to post links to clips of this stream? Yeah, this stream would be great. Or if it's conversationally relevant and we're asking for it, you know. Other streams are good too. No. I just don't want to become one of those streamers where somebody's endlessly spamming links and advertisements to other streamer links in the pepperoni. Okay, well. I think swinging with this one is good, right? Something like this. I'm getting the hell out of here. I don't wish to play anymore. Okay, so yeah, let's max out on ram throughs. What would be the most reasonable cut? Probably the Lovestruck Beasts, because there's a whole lot of technology our opponent has to nuke stuff. Oh, shit. Whatever, man. Fuck it. I don't care. I don't care at all. Alright, well. Yeah, maybe I should have just kept the pelt. Dude. Beep boop boop. No, it's gonna bounce me at the end of the turn. Ah! Oh! My Ceratops are gonna pop off hard. Oh. Yeah, I'd love to. Hey, Addy, welcome back again. 7 months only? Wow. Feels long. Now, this is going to be an important turn. Our opponent was on 3 land and didn't play a 4th land, but Urod instead. Is our opponent dry on the landies? No landies. No landy issues. Perhaps I should have not played this. Perhaps I should have withheld my shifting Serapal, but I prefer the surprise cards to the basic ones. Porus says, are there more than 3 or 4 decks in Standard to play anymore? Feels like fun isn't allowed in the format anymore, and I never hear people speak positively about it. Uro, Teferi are, frankly, pretty gross offenders of let's make the game fun. Like Uro is so good. Uro draws cards, heals you, and lets you ramp. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. And then we want Trample. There's not a lot that our opponent can really do about this run out, other than like play multiple cards in a turn. Ram through would be quite nice here. Quite nice. Rock around Guilds of Ravnica. There's a lot of love for Standard. Fucking Uro's getting played now too, man. Jesus Christ. Well, I said it before, I'll say it again. We really want that Ram through. Uro's kind of dominating, like, everywhere, man. Alright, let's swing in with this guy, trade here. Play 2 Smallens. Ran through, still good. What a horrendous design Uro is. I think the design of Uro is really, really cool. Yeah, I'll take the action. I think it's a really cool design. I just like the idea of power creep is real. I would not say it's a power creep issue. I think that the card is too powerful. Power creep is a phrase to describe the entire collection. Not just an individual card or several individual cards. I mean, there's been, like, I rarely have problems with individually powerful cards. You know, something like, say, this game is super, we're very fucked. Is this guy gonna eat here? Okay. I'll just keep playing it out a little bit. What exactly does power creep mean, Sean? I'm gonna do... I guess I don't need to be too abstract with it. I can be relatively concrete. The idea is that, let's say, 2 mana All right, let's create a baseline. Let's say that there is a 4 mana 3/3, and all our 4 mana cards are 3/3-ish. There's some 2/4s, there's some 4s, 4/2s, but it's about 6 total power there. Let's say that then this company, for this game, again speaking abstractly, releases a set where there are several 4 mana 4/4s. Now, because they've made some 4 mana 4/4s, already looking back, a lot of these old cards that were 4 mana 3/3s and 4 mana 2/4s are obsolete because there's new, more powerful ones. But what about the 2 and 5 and 1 and 7 mana cards? They all have to account for the fact that there's now really powerful 4 mana 4/4s. So what this company might do then is try to release more powerful removal spells and more powerful sweepers, and because of the individual power of a small number of cards, the power has to creep into the rest of the set for balance reasons. And that's the description of power creep, where if you look at, say, the year 2010 to the year 2012, you might say, wow, power creep has really ruined this game, aka the overall power level of everything is increasing. And it's used in a connotation that implies problem. It implies things like, man, they didn't want to necessarily do this, but they wanted to keep these cool 4 mana 4/4 cards, so they felt obligated to buff everything else, and it's just kind of through incidental poor decision making the power has crept up. I'll contrast this with, say, what Wizards of the Coast is doing. And has been doing for the last 18 months, which is that they have deliberately tried to increase the overall power level of Standard. I'm going to play a little bit more, but, dude, this Monogreen is really having the same feeling that Monogreen always feels like it has, which is like you sometimes just get these insane free wins, and then you get these games that just like nothing freaking happens. So that's the definition of power creep, the idea of individual choices that make individual things powerful, make you want to respond by making other things proportionately powerful. Oh, dude, fuck yeah. I'm keeping this. I see a Luris. Right, J2 says, one of the problems with power creep also comes down to the company wanting you to buy new cards, so new cards are more and more powerful, so you have to buy them. I actually don't think that that type of growth is good for the consumer, or more importantly, for the company. I think there's... Like, there's an implication. It's like, oh, isn't it great? Because we'll make new stuff that you have to buy because the old stuff's worse. However, the problem occurs when if you invalidate someone's prior purchase, that often feels worse than the power trip of getting the new powerful stuff. Also, I've made a mistake and I misread as to what our opponent's deck was, so we are boned. Gonna have to do some serious chumping. Some serious chumpies. No Embercleaves in this. We're both gonna buff this. Boink. Boink. And what now? So this is gonna eat that. Boom. Let's see which one it targets. That's the incorrect one to target. So this poor guy will die. Little sweetheart. I feel so bad. This didn't get buffed, which is good. Well, this does look and feel like bad. Scavenging Ooze is doing some work. So if I double block like this, this will become a 7/8 with Death Touch and all sorts of other shenaniganry. Why not? So both of our little guys will die, the Legion will die, and... ah, crap. Ah! Alright, so we get rid of this. I don't think we need the Gemrazers. I really don't. But Ram-throughs we need. Heroic Interventions we need. You know, I actually think I actually want, like, you know, 2 of them, ish. Oh, let's go down to 1. I like this. Is Gruul a thing right now? Sancho the 7th? It's kind of a thing. It's kind of a thing. Is the deck list up? Yeah, it should be up, Little Asian Zing. It should be right up there on the screen whenever we're in a game. Okay, this hand gets too insane when I get a second land. Like, double ram through on a Barkhide Troll is, like, real nice. Any plans for Jumpstart? We might do a little bit today. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's send that guy in. Build the board. Jump's pretty fun. Been playing it. Yeah, let's do some jump. Let's do some jump. Maybe some jump. Not. Yeah, actually, maybe we'll do like a jumpstart bridge, but before we go back to standard. Yeah, standard is not really feeling the best for me right now. It's not really feeling the best for me. There's just a wee bit too much power. I actually am going to continue to play these creatures. What's Jumpstart? Jumpstart is this new mode that Wizards has been trying out, or has been introducing. Been trying out, what the fuck? It's a full product release from Wizards, where you get 2 packs that have 2 different kind of built-in decks, and then you just play those decks. That's it. Wow, these tactics are dying. 1 land and we win it. Got him. Bang, bang. Dum, 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 dum. Leave up the ram through. So it really is the exact mechanics of Smash Up? Yeah, Smash Up is a really fun game. It's pretty much exactly Smash Up. Yeah. Mush together. Scrawlies. I like that ram through is deal damage and not fight. Avoids a lot of lifelink death touch stuff. You know, I think Ranger's Guile is probably better here. Monster, do you prefer being addressed as Sean or Danon in the chat? Either's great, man. Either's great. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think I might do this and then one more best of 3 and then call it a day. And then just call it. Just call it. This guy's gonna be a bit of a pain. No. Grosman says, why don't Lura's decks use X-cost creatures? I mean, some do. Some certainly do. Just whenever a creature, another creature is dropped under your control, each opponent... Oh my goodness. Wow. Good news is, no Embercleaves, huh? I think I'm obligated to do this in response. No cleave yet? No, there just can't be an Embercleave. Embercleave is a permanent, and Luris prevents that. Alright, I mean, this deck is rad, though. I think we might literally lose to Corpse Knights. We're pretty much dead, right? Especially with the Sky Knight Vanguard. This is so tight. I'm getting just literally pinged apart. I had the opportunity to kill this Venerable Knight. So my opponent's out of stuff, which is nice. So, I mean, the good news is that we can live. I think a land is what I actually want here. Bing bong. Holy. Oh my god, shit. And these are just humans. Ugh. Let's heal one. Ugh. Oh, I love this card. Oh, our opponent's deck is awesome. These tournament grounds. Oh, this is just rad. So, this is a bit of a pickle for me. I'm not going to tell a lie. I do feel as though this is a very pickleful experience. Let's see. The Sky Knight Vanguard is the big guy. Alright, we're dead. Yeah, you know, I'm surprised Mono Deck is rated so highly, because it feels like it sucks ass. part of the reason why I say it sucks ass is that it feels like even when our opponent is doing something a little off meta, like, we struggle, man. I think that I'm going to just retire the Monogreen for today, and we're going to be doing this really dope Teamer Reclamation list. As you can see, it's obviously Growth Spirals and Uros. Then in the sideboard, we got some Elder Gargaroth, Soul Seer, some really cool tools in here for kind of a traditional Teamer list. I am going to... I'm gonna just take a little break, and then when we come back, I'm actually gonna try out this Jumpstart. Let's take a break from Standard, which is a little tilt-a-whirly.